Hi everybody, this is Book-S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a Throwback Thursday review on the McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs Tooth Fairy variant figure. So before we take a look at the Tooth Fairy, let's go ahead and take a look at the only accessory that she comes with, her movie poster. So first up, you get this movie poster, which this is when the movie was still titled The Tooth Fairy. Eventually it got retitled to Darkness Falls, and the design for this creature was scrapped, which is a shame because it's a really cool design. You get this card holder, and it's sculpted really well, but this is when they started making them a lot smaller. You didn't get the tall ones like in earlier series, and this is just a very thin piece of, I don't even know if I'd call it cardstock, because it is very thin and flimsy. So yeah, that is the only thing she comes with. So now let's go ahead and take a look at her head sculpt. So taking a look at her head sculpt, McFarlane Toys did an amazing job on this, and this is a genuinely creepy head sculpt. You can see how her jaw unhinges and she has all those rotted teeth, those sharpened rotted teeth. That looks very cool. Her body is cast, it's like a grayish blue color and has that light gray paint over top of it, and that looks really good. McFarlane Toys did an awesome job at sculpting this. She also has some amazing sculpt detail to her hair. It's done this very rubbery material, it's very soft so it doesn't hinder the articulation. I've spoken about how I wish that McFarlane Toys and NECA would use this still. NECA and McFarlane both like to use this on their older figures, but they've strayed away from it. This soft and pliable material really makes the difference with articulation as opposed to like the hard sculpted hair. It even has some paint variation over top of it. It has like this grayish color over it, and that looks really good. But yeah, this head sculpt is amazing and really creepy. Here the variant is next to the regular version. You can see that the head sculpts are very different. This head sculpt has the jaw open and the eyes, and this one you can't see the eyes and the mouth is closed. This one's head kind of looks mummified. I definitely prefer this one. This one just looks a lot more threatening than this one. So taking a look at the rest of the figure, she has some amazing sculpt detail. McFarlane Toys did a very awesome job at sculpting that pattern on her skin. She has some purple shading over top of it. You can barely see it, but she has some texturing here. Let's lift her arm up. You can see that texturing, the veins running up her side. That looks really good. And on her arms, you can see teeth embedded in her arms. And that is gross, but that is sculpted really well. You can see the teeth across her chest here, and it continues over her shoulder and down her arms. As I said, very gross detail, but it's sculpted and painted really well. You can see her long claws. They actually sculpted the lines on the claws. So yeah, that's a very fine detail, but you can see that they actually sculpted little ridges there, so that's very awesome. She also has some teeth right here at the top of her hips. These wings, once you move one, both move, and I think that's really good. In the back, if you look here, they're ratcheted that way they can both move at the same time, and I think that looks really good. This is cast in a semi-translucent plastic. I don't think it's showing up on the camera, but if you hold it up, you can actually see my finger running behind it right here. You can see all of the veins in her wings. That looks really good. The black, I can't tell what color it's originally cast in. It might actually be cast in this kind of translucent black color and have purple shading over top of it. But it's sculpted really well. I really love the way that looks. You see the bone here at the tips. That looks really cool. She also has 4 additional wings up here, but they're very tiny. I think that's the direction that they're supposed to be facing. But yeah, they have some shading along the edges of them. That continued vein pattern and texturing. That looks very cool. You can see that she has some shading down the middle of her back right here. Her skirt almost looks like it's made out of skin. This is like a translucent type color. You can actually see my finger through this. So yeah, this one is a semi-translucent plastic, and that looks really good. And she actually has articulation underneath here. I'm not really sure why they gave her articulation, because the skirt would hinder everything anyways. It is a pretty pliable material, but you know, it still hinders it. But yeah, McFarlane Toys actually gave us some articulation under there, so I do have to appreciate that. They also sculpted and painted the legs really well. You get this gloss coating over her legs, the veins look really good, you get that texturing. And then there you have her toes. You can see that her toes are outlined. I think it's like black. I can't tell if that's black or brown. But yeah, they even gave her some paint detail around her dirty toenails. So yeah, that's some very awesome attention to detail. You can see that they also textured the bottoms of her feet as well. So yeah, this is just a very well sculpted figure, and it looks great. I actually like this version a lot better than the regular version. So now let's go over her articulation. So on these four wings right here, they are on ball joints. They don't want to move that much. They are a little tricky to move, and it almost feels like they're going to break. I think it might be the paint. I think they actually painted the end of the ball joints, and it is stuck really bad. But I'm not going to try and move them anymore. She has wings that can move up and down, which I really love that. She has a head that can move all the way back. This is on a hinge. It can move back that far. It can only move down that far because of how far her jaw is open. She can move her head side to side very nicely. She has shoulders that can move out that far. She has a swivel at the bicep and swivel wrists that can move all the way around. She actually has hip articulation, so you can get her kicking forward and back, but due to the skirt, it is very hindered. She has single jointed knees, which again, just like the hip joints, are going to be very hindered. And she has swivel ankles that can move down all the way, and they kind of just stop right there, the way you're supposed to have her standing, so they really don't go up, but they do move down. So for the only size comparison, here she is next to her regular version. And as I said, I definitely love this open mouth version. I think it looks so much more monstrous than this regular version. Leave a comment down below and let me know which version you prefer. And now that I'm looking at them side by side, the colors are slightly different. You can see that the blacks used on the veins on the skirt right there are a lot more prominent on the variant. I feel like there's more purple shading to the variant. The colors are a lot more muted on the regular version. So yeah, I really didn't notice the color difference on these till I was doing this video. So yeah, there are some slight differences other than the head sculpt on this regular and variant versions. So overall, if you can find this variant, which I think it's pretty common to find, then I would highly recommend picking it up because it is awesome. I'd actually recommend picking it up over the regular version just because I love the way this one looks more than the regular one. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.